Good morning, one and all.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good
Good
morning,
morning,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am. So till now, 34 students have joined the class. We'll wait for some time, let others join. Then we'll start. Okay. So in the subject human anatomy and physiology, we have discussed two chapters. Uh, chapter on the cell, human cell and human tissues. ठीक है, cells और tissues के बारे में हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया था. Now today we are going to discuss one more chapter that is on blood. ठीक है, ब्लड के बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे हम आज. और एग्जामिनेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से भी अगर देखें तो यह ब्लड वाला चैप्टर जो है वो मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट है, considering internal as well as external exam which will conducted by GTU. ठीक है. So all of you might be familiar with blood. So the blood is a specialized connective tissue. ठीक है. When we were discussing regarding tissues, so in that we have seen the various types of tissues. One of that is connective tissue. Again, under the head connective tissues, we have discussed various types of connective tissues. So this blood is also a connective tissue present in our blood, in our body, but it is a fluid connective tissue. So blood is a specialized fluid connective tissue flowing in the closed system of vessels in our body. So in our body, blood is flowing in the closed system of vessels that are the arteries and veins. And the appearance of blood is, it is red. Blood is red, opaque, viscous, and alkaline in nature. Okay. So I'll share my screen with you so that you can able Is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
So the circulatory system, blood. So this is a overview of the circulatory system, blood. Okay. So in the blood, major two portions are there: blood plasma and blood cells. Okay. Blood contains blood plasma, blood cells, the formed elements that are the erythrocytes, blood groups, leukocytes, hemostasis. So this circulatory system is composed of three components: blood, which is circulating in the arteries and veins, and heart, which is acting as a pump. So blood is continuously being pumped in arteries and veins with the help of heart, and these blood vessels are the conduct. So blood is flowing in the closed system of vessels, closed system of blood vessels that are the arteries and veins. So in our body, in arteries and veins, blood is flowing, and with the help of heart, it is continuously being pumped in arteries and veins. So this diagram shows that how blood is being pumped in arteries and veins with the help of heart, which acts as a pump. So oxygenated and deoxygenated blood is flowing. The red color से जो blood vessels दिखाए हुए हैं, that shows the oxygenated blood flowing, pure blood. और पर्पल ब्लू कलर से जो वेसल्स दिखाए हुए हैं, that shows the circulation of deoxygenated blood, that is the impure blood. Okay, so this shows the circulatory system. Why cardiovascular system is needed? Okay, so now this is the cell. Cell is the structural and functional unit of the living organism. Now for functioning the cell, various metabolic processes takes place at the cellular level in our body. So for the functioning of the cell requires nutrients, and then cell will undergo development and multiplication. Okay, so nutrients are required by the cell to carry out various functions, to carry out various metabolic processes which takes place at the cellular level. So that nutrients is supplied to cell via blood. So blood is acting as a vehicle to supply nutrients to billions of body cells. Okay. So with the help of blood, all these nutrients are supplied to body cells. So blood is acting as a vehicle. Various metabolic processes takes place at the cellular level. For these various metabolic processes, nutrients are required. So in this way, all these processes, digestive process, respiratory process, urinary function of urinary system, all the tissues, endocrine, okay, for all the systems to function, blood is required. Now, this is the general properties of whole blood. Okay, if we look on the general property of blood, so on an average, in the body of an average size man 70 kg, so the total quantity of blood flowing in the body is 1/11th of the body weight. 1/11th of the body weight will be the total quantity of blood flowing in the blood vessels. So on an average, in the body of an average size man, say if the body weight is 70 kg, so the blood volume will be approximately 6 liters of the blood is flowing. Okay, so fraction of body weight, that is the 8%. 1/11th of the body weight will be the total amount of blood flowing in our body. So in the female 4 to 5 liters, in the male 5 to 6 liters of blood is flowing. Temperature is 38 degree and the blood is slightly alkaline in nature. Blood is slightly alkaline in nature with pH 7.36 to 7.41 or 45. So this is the pH range of the blood that shows that it is alkaline in nature. Viscosity 4.5 to 5.5 and that of plasma is 2. And if you look at the specific gravity of the blood, so it is 1.055 to 1.060, that is the specific gravity of blood. So thus we can say that it is slightly heavier than water. It is slightly heavier than water. Blood is slightly heavier than water because it is specific gravity. Its specific gravity is 1.055 to 1.060. And the blood contains red blood cells. Red color of the blood is due to the floating red blood cells present in blood. Okay. Now we'll see the general functions of blood. आप लोगों के पास जो बुक होगी ह्यूमन एनाटॉमी एंड फिजियोलॉजी की, सबके पास बुक है?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
General functions of blood. So various important functions are performed by blood. Number one is transportation. So transport of gases. One of the important function of blood is transport of gases. ठीक है? As you have seen that हमारे body में जितने भी body cells हैं, they requires oxygen to carry oxygen and nutrients to carry out various functions. So oxygen required by body cell is supplied by blood. Okay, so blood transports oxygen from lungs to body cells. Okay, blood carries oxygen from lungs to body cells. Now this oxygen will be utilized by body cells to carry out various metabolic processes. Now at the end of all these metabolic processes, carbon dioxide, which is a gaseous waste, which will be produced in the body cells. So this oxygen is carried by blood from various body cells to lungs. So in this way, this is the function of blood, transport of gases. It carries oxygen from lungs to body cells. It carries carbon dioxide from body cells to lungs. Okay. So oxygen is carried by blood to the body cells in the form of oxyhemoglobin, that is the loose complex. Oxygen combines with hemoglobin present in red blood cell and forms the loose complex which is known as oxyhemoglobin. So in the form of oxyhemoglobin, blood is carried from lungs to billions of body cells. Okay. Now at the cellular level, various metabolic processes will take place. At the end of all these metabolic processes, carbon dioxide will be formed. Now carbon dioxide is a gaseous waste which needs to be excreted out from the body. So blood carries carbon dioxide from body cells to lungs in the form of carbamino compound. Okay. And then carbon dioxide will be excreted out from our body. So that was the number one function of blood, that is the transport of gases. Coming to number two, that is the transport of nutrition. ठीक है, दूसरा फंक्शन है ब्लड का जो है ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन. ठीक है. So our body cells will require various nutrients also to perform various functions. ठीक है. Now these nutrients, from where does body cells will get nutrients? From the food which we take. ठीक है, हम लोग जो food लेते हैं, the food which we take will get digested in the digestive system. At the end of digestion of this food, the nutrients will be absorbed from small intestine into blood, and the blood carries these nutrients to our body cells. In this way, blood is acting as a vehicle also. We can say that blood is acting as a vehicle. So blood supplies the nutrients to billions of body cells. Sometimes it also transports the nutrients from stores to body cells. Because at the time of starvation or during fasting stage, we do not take food. Okay? So then also it is necessary to supply nutrients to body cells. So from where does the body cells will get nutrients? So it will get from stores in our body, in liver. Glucose is stored in the form of glycogen. Okay. So at the time of starvation or during the fasting period, what happens? The glycogen which is stored in our body. So glycogen molecules will break down to form glucose molecules. This process will take place in liver. That process is known as glycogenolysis. Glycogen molecules will break down to form glucose, and in this way normal blood sugar level is maintained, and then this glucose is carried by blood to body cells. Okay. Next function is blood is acting as a vehicle. So as we have discussed that blood carries oxygen, it carries various nutrients. Blood carries hormones, vitamins, minerals, and enzymes. They are carried to the respective organs. So we can say that blood is acting as a vehicle. Now next function is water balance. That is also one of the important function of blood. water balance. Total amount of water present in the body is maintained such that amount gain is counterbalanced by amount lost. Now this adjustment is made by either increase or decrease in the quantity of water lost as a urine, because major amount of water is being excreted from our body in the form of urine. Okay. So total water balance in our body is maintained such that amount gain is counterbalanced by amount lost. Now this adjustment will be made. Either there will be increase in the formation and excretion of urine, or there will be decrease in formation and excretion of urine. Okay. So we can say that if there is increase in water intake, there will be increase in excretion of water through urine. And if there is decrease in water intake, there will be decrease in the amount of water excreted from our body in the form of urine. So in this way, water balance is maintained this way. So in this process also, blood is playing vital role in maintaining water balance. Small amount of water is also excreted from our body by skin through perspiration. Okay. Now next function of blood, that is acid-base balance. Acid-base balance. So in the starting also we have seen that the pH of blood is alkaline. pH of blood is alkaline, that is 7.36 to 7.41. So blood is alkaline in nature. We can say that blood is alkaline in nature. So blood excretes, blood carries the waste products to the respective excretory organs. Waste materials which are formed in our body will get excreted out from our body. And blood is trying to maintain the normal pH level. And also, some natural buffers are present in our body that will not allow to fluctuate the pH of blood. So in this way, blood is maintaining acid-base balance in our body. So natural buffers are like hemoglobin and plasma proteins. Okay. In the blood, hemoglobin is present in the red blood cell. Plasma proteins are also present in blood plasma. So these hemoglobin and plasma proteins are acting as a buffer. They are natural buffers present in blood. So they are trying to maintain the pH level of the blood. They will not allow to fluctuate the pH. So in this way, acid-base balance is maintained. Next is ionic equilibrium. Ionic equilibrium is also maintained by blood. Now, what are the ions? Ions are the charged particles. Okay. So balance between intracellular and extracellular ions concentration is always maintained on optimum side. That is known as the homeostasis of the blood. So ionic equilibrium is also a vital function performed by blood. Now next is temperature regulation. Temperature regulation. So, to maintain normal body temperature is also a function of blood. So, in our body, water of the blood, water which is present in blood is an important agent for the regulation of the body temperature. Okay, I repeat. The water which is present in blood is playing vital role in maintaining normal body temperature. Why? That is because of the some specific properties of blood. Water is having some specific properties, like water is having high specific heat, it is having high conductivity, and it is having high latent heat of evaporation. So because of these three specific properties of blood, of water, so it allows to absorb, evaporate, and distribute the body heat. So in this way, water present in the blood is helping in maintaining normal body temperature. Next function is excretion. Excretion of waste. We can say that excretion of waste. Okay? So as we have discussed that in our body, billions of body cells are present. Various metabolic processes will take place at the cellular level. At the end of all these metabolic processes, various waste materials will also be formed at the cellular level. Now it is necessary that all these waste materials should be excreted out from the body. जो भी waste materials form होते हैं body cells में, वो body में से बाहर निकालना उनको जरूरी है. So that is the important function of blood, that it carries all these waste materials to respective excretory organs. ठीक है, हमारे body में excretory organs हैं जिनका फंक्शन है टू excrete the waste materials from the body. So number one is kidneys. ठीक है, excretory organs जो है उसमें kidneys है, lungs है और skin है. ठीक है, so blood carries various waste materials to respective excretory organs like kidneys, lungs and skin. So through these excretory organs, these waste materials will get excreted out from our body. So how kidneys are helping in the excretion of waste? So waste material will be excreted out from our body in dissolved form through urine. Okay? How lungs are helping? Carbon dioxide, which is the gaseous waste. So blood will carry carbon dioxide to the lungs. Through lungs, carbon dioxide will be excreted out from our body. So in this way, skin is also helping in excretion of waste through this perspiration. So in this way, blood is playing vital role in excretion of waste materials from our body. Next function is body defense. Body defense, very much important function of blood. Body defense. Blood gives us protection against number of infectious diseases. Okay? In two ways. Okay? We are protected from number of infectious diseases. So how this blood is helping in this way? One of the way is by the process of phagocytosis. Blood, these white blood cells which are present in blood will destroy the pathogenic microorganism entering in our body by the process of phagocytosis. Okay? Number two are the antibodies. Various antibodies which are present in blood will fight against the disease producing microorganism, and it will destroy the disease producing microorganism. So in this way, blood gives us protection against number of infectious diseases. Say for example, in the present situation, of COVID-19 pandemic, those who are still protected from this COVID-19 virus, how we are protected from this COVID-19 virus? So that is because of the blood. Blood gives us protection against number of infectious diseases. Whenever any disease producing microorganism enters in our body, what happens? Immune system of our body, we say immunity, okay? So immune system of our body will develop antibodies against that disease producing microorganism. Now these antibodies will fight against the antigen. Antigen means any disease producing microorganism. So antibodies which are produced by our immune mechanism will fight against the disease producing microorganism, and it will destroy that disease producing microorganism. So in this way it gives us protection against number of infectious diseases, that is known as the body defense. So in that case, immune mechanism or immune system of our body is playing vital role. And we can say that we cannot fight against disease if we have no immunity. We cannot fight against disease if we have no immunity. That happens in the disease AIDS. In the AIDS, the full form itself suggests that the name full form is acquired immunodeficiency disease. What is AIDS? That is the acquired immunodeficiency disease. Means immune system is deficient. Immune system is not working properly. So in that type of disease, that person cannot fight. Person suffering from this type of AIDS disease cannot fight against any disease because they are having no immunity. So we cannot fight against disease if we have no immunity. So in this way, body defense is a vital functions of blood. Next is prevention of hemorrhage. Prevention of hemorrhage. So one of the most important function of blood or property of blood, that is the blood clotting. Blood clotting mechanism of blood protects us against hemorrhage. Okay, now blood clotting, formation of blood clot is possible because of this fibrin thrombin present in the presence of calcium and lipid. So if the property of blood clotting was absent, then what happened? People would have bleed to death even on trivial injuries. So that is why the clotting of blood is a great protector of blood and therefore of life. Okay? So blood clotting is a very important mechanism of blood that protects us against hemorrhage. Due to minor injury, what happens? ठीक है, कहीं पे भी माइनर इंजरी होती है, फिंगर में भी थोड़ा सा कहीं कट लग जाता है, तो व्हाट हैपन्स? ब्लीडिंग स्टार्ट. ठीक है, ब्लीडिंग चालू हो जाता है. उसके बाद क्या होता है? थोड़ी देर के बाद क्या होता है? फिर ब्लीडिंग बंद हो जाता है. ठीक है, किसी को भी कभी भी ऐसा तो हुआ होगा कि कहीं पे भी ड्यू टू माइनर इंजरी ऑल्सो कहीं पे भी लगा, फिंगर में भी, जैसे किचन में काम करते करते कट लग गया चाकू से, तो क्या होता है? ब्लीडिंग स्टार्ट हो जाएगा. ठीक है, उसके बाद थोड़ी देर के बाद ब्लीडिंग अपने आप बंद हो जाएगा. होता है कि नहीं?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So why that happens? That is because of the blood clotting mechanism. ठीक है, थोड़ी देर के बाद ब्लड क्लॉट हो जाता है, ब्लड क्लॉट फॉर्मेशन हो जाएगा ब्लड का, एंड इट स्टॉप्स द ब्लीडिंग. ड्यू टू फॉर्मेशन ऑफ ब्लड क्लॉट, it will stop the bleeding. Okay, so that property of blood, that is known as the blood clotting property. So that is helping in prevention of hemorrhage. ठीक है, अगर ब्लड में ब्लड क्लोटिंग की प्रॉपर्टी नहीं होती तो क्या होता? ड्यू टू माइनर इंजरी ऑल्सो, कहीं पे भी छोटी सी इंजरी होती है और ब्लीडिंग स्टार्ट हो जाता है, फिर अगर वो ब्लीडिंग बंद ही नहीं होगा तो क्या होगा? बॉडी में से बहुत सारा ब्लड निकल जाएगा, ठीक है, एंड इट में लीड टू डेथ ऑल्सो ऑन माइनर इंजरी. छोटी सी इंजरी की वजह से भी फिर डेथ होती. बट वी आर
डायबिटिक पेशेंट.
यस
मैम, डायबिटिक पेशेंट को पता है थोड़ा सा कट निकल जाता है तो फिर उसको बहुत ब्लड निकलता है, स्टॉप नहीं होता है.
नहीं, स्टॉप तो होगा. स्टॉप कैसे नहीं होगा? उनको टाइम लगेगा, जैसे उसमें टाइम लगेगा, जैसे ब्लड क्लोटिंग टाइम होता है, ब्लीडिंग टाइम एंड ब्लड क्लोटिंग टाइम. ठीक है, ब्लीडिंग टाइम होता है एक, दूसरा होता है ब्लड क्लोटिंग टाइम. मीन्स कितना टाइम लगता है ब्लड क्लोट होने में. ठीक है, तो जो आप बोल रहे हो डायबिटिक पेशेंट है उनका ब्लड क्लोटिंग टाइम थोड़ा ज्यादा होगा. ऐसा नहीं कि ब्लड क्लोट नहीं होगा, ऐसा कभी नहीं होता है. ठीक है, तो ब्लीडिंग टाइम और ब्लड क्लोटिंग टाइम जो है दैट मेजर्स कि कितना टाइम लगता है ब्लड क्लोट होने में. प्रैक्टिकल में भी है, ह्यूमन एनाटॉमी एंड फिजियोलॉजी के जो हम प्रैक्टिकल करेंगे उसमें भी 2 प्रैक्टिकल हमको ये करने हैं. तुम्हारे खुद के ही ब्लड का, तुमको खुद का ही ब्लड प्रिक करके, फिंगर प्रिक करके खुद का ही मेजर करना होगा ब्लीडिंग टाइम और ब्लड क्लोटिंग टाइम. मीन्स कट लगने के बाद कितने टाइम के लिए ब्लीडिंग चालू रहता है. ठीक है, दैट इज द ब्लीडिंग टाइम. और ब्लड क्लोटिंग टाइम भी मेजर करेंगे हम कि ब्लड को क्लोट होने में कितना टाइम लगता है. 2 मिनट्स, 3 मिनट्स, 4 मिनट्स, कितना टाइम लगता है. ठीक है, वो हम प्रैक्टिकल में भी करेंगे. सो दिस important property of blood, that is the blood clotting mechanism that prevents the hemorrhage. ठीक है, next property that is the regulation of blood volume. ठीक है, जैसे हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया इनिशियली ही कि बॉडी वेट जो होता है उसका 1/11 of the body weight will be the total quantity of blood flowing in our body. So regulation of blood volume. So plasma proteins present in blood that are playing important role in maintaining the normal blood volume. So there are 3 different plasma proteins present in blood that are the serum albumin, serum globulin, serum fibrinogen. So plasma proteins present in blood imparts vital role in maintaining normal blood volume. And next is normal blood pressure. Maintaining normal blood pressure, that is known as the blood pressure regulation. ठीक है, so these plasma proteins are also playing vital role in maintaining this blood pressure. Various factors which controls there are various factors which are trying to keep the normal blood pressure, blood volume, viscosity of blood. That are also helping to normalize the blood pressure. Okay, so these were regarding the general functions of blood. So this is regarding the composition of blood. Composition of blood. So blood is a complex fluid with suspended cells. Cells constitutes about 45% of the blood, and the fluids called plasma constitute 55% of the blood. ठीक है, so here यहाँ पे जैसे दिखाया हुआ है, if we take blood in the vertical tube containing anticoagulant and we centrifuge it, तो यहाँ पे दिखाया हुआ है जो ट्यूब है उसमें टॉप पे प्लाज्मा will be there that forms the 55% of the blood, and 45% are the blood cells, that are the red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. So this shows the RBC as percentage of the total blood volume. RBC as percentage of the total blood volume. In the female, it is 37 to 48%. In male, it is 45 to 52% of the total blood volume. Hemoglobin value in the female 12 to 16 gram per 100 ml, in the male 13 to 8 gram per 100 ml. ठीक है, प्रैक्टिकल भी है, ह्यूमन एनाटॉमी एंड फिजियोलॉजी के हम प्रैक्टिकल्स जो करते हैं लैब में, उसमें भी ये प्रैक्टिकल एक करना है आप लोगों को. एस्टिमेशन ऑफ हीमोग्लोबिन ऑफ योर ओन ब्लड, तुम्हारा खुद का ही ब्लड लेके उसमें हीमोग्लोबिन एस्टिमेट करेंगे हम, कितना हीमोग्लोबिन है तुम्हारे खुद के ही ब्लड में. एस्टिमेशन ऑफ हीमोग्लोबिन, ठीक है, दैट विल बी मेजर्ड. नाउ रेड ब्लड सेल काउंट in the female, it is 4.8 million per cubic millimeter of blood. In the male 5.4 million per cubic millimeter of the blood. This is the platelet count, 1,30,000 to 3,60,000. WBC, range of WBC is 4,000 to 11,000 per cubic millimeter of the blood. Okay, this is regarding the composition of blood plasma. Composition of blood plasma. Water 92%. Proteins. Plasma proteins are there, that are the serum albumin, serum globulin, serum fibrinogen. These are the three different types of plasma proteins present in blood plasma. Albumin is 60% of total plasma protein. Globulin 36% of total plasma protein. Fibrinogen is 4% of total plasma proteins. Enzymes of diagnostic values, very less amount. Others component present in blood plasma are glucose, amino acids, lactic acids. Lipids are also there in blood plasma. Cholesterol, fatty acids, high density lipoprotein, low density lipoprotein, neutral fats, that are the triglycerides. Phospholipids are also there in blood plasma. ठीक है, iron, vitamins, all these are the electrolytes: sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, chloride, bicarbonate, phosphate, sulfate. These are the electrolytes present in plasma. Nitrogen waste will also be there: ammonia, urea, creatinine, uric acid, bilirubin. Respiratory gases will also be there: oxygen, carbon dioxide, and N2. Okay, so all these was regarding the blood plasma. The remaining portion of this chapter blood we'll discuss next time. We'll see the functions of plasma proteins, how these plasma proteins are playing a role, properties and functions of the plasma proteins we'll see. We'll discuss in detail regarding red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets. Okay? So this chapter is most important from examination point of view. जितने भी टॉपिक्स यहाँ पे डिस्कस होंगे क्लास में, वो सभी टॉपिक्स आप लोगों को प्रिपेयर करने रहेंगे. आई होप कि बुक होगा सबके पास.
Yes, ma'am.
ओके, तो जितना भी कोर्स क्लास में कवर होता है उतना थोड़ा थोड़ा आप घर पे भी प्रिपेयर करते रहो। सेल हो गया है, टिश्यू हो गया है और ब्लड भी चालू है। जनरल फंक्शंस ऑफ ब्लड जो क्लास में हो गया है वो आप लोगों को प्रिपेयर कर लेना है, एक नोट। ठीक है, एग्जाम में पूछा जाता है क्वेश्चन, डिस्कस जनरल फंक्शंस ऑफ ब्लड। तो उसमें आप लोगों के पास जो बुक है वो अगर आप देखोगे, जो बुक मैंने आप लोगों को रिकमेंड की थी, BS शाह प्रकाशन की जो बुक है सबके पास बुक ये वाली?
यस मैम, यस मैम,
BS शाह प्रकाशन,
यस
ठीक है। तो उसमें अगर आप खोलोगे बुक में तो जनरल फंक्शंस ऑफ ब्लड करके दिया हुआ है, उसमें टोटल 12 फंक्शंस दिए हुए हैं। तो हर एक फंक्शन आज मैंने यहाँ पे डिटेल में डिस्कस किया है। अभी आप लोगों को घर से प्रिपेयर करना होगा ये जनरल फंक्शंस ऑफ ब्लड। एग्जाम में भी पूछा जाता है क्वेश्चंस इस तरह से कुछ कि डिस्कस इन डिटेल जनरल फंक्शंस ऑफ ब्लड। तो आप लोगों को जितने भी फंक्शंस यहाँ पे दिए हुए हैं 12 फंक्शंस, वो अलग अलग हेडिंग में फिर डिटेल में फिर डिटेल, ठीक है?
यस मैम।
Again, we'll meet next time and we'll continue with this chapter of blood. Till then, have a nice day, stay safe, stay home, and bye. Thank you very much.
मैम
Thank you
कॉलेज
very
कब
much.
से स्टार्ट होगा? थैंक यू मैम।
हम लोग भी चाहते हैं कि तुम लोगों को जल्दी से जल्दी कॉलेज बुलाए, प्रैक्टिकल्स चालू करें, पर वी हैव टू फॉलो द गवर्नमेंट गाइडलाइन। एज पर गवर्नमेंट गाइडलाइन हम लोगों को इंस्ट्रक्शन है कि अभी सेकंड ईयर के जो स्टूडेंट मीन्स द फाइनल ईयर स्टूडेंट्स जो है उनको ही कॉलेज में बुलाना है। बाकी जो है स्टूडेंट्स उनको ऑनलाइन टीचिंग जो है वो कंटिन्यू रखना है, ठीक है। तो वी होप कि जो प्रेजेंट कंडीशन है पेंडेमिक की, उसमें से हम बाहर निकल के जल्दी से जल्दी नॉर्मल कंडीशन हुए। और हम लोगों को भी बहुत इच्छा है आप लोगों को कॉलेज में बुलाएं, प्रैक्टिकल्स करवाएं लेबोरेटरी में, ठीक है। सो we'll try for that. We have to wait for the government guideline. We have to follow the government guideline. Okay? तो तब तक ऑनलाइन टीचिंग कंटिन्यू रहेगा और घर पे बैठ के ही आप लोग प्रिपेयर करते रहो। जितना भी कोर्स क्लास में सब्जेक्ट वाइज कवर होता है वो कोर्स आप घर पे बैठ के प्रिपेयर करते रहो, क्योंकि इंटरनल एग्जाम तो लेंगे ही हम। अभी जैसे सेकंड ईयर वालों के इंटरनल एग्जाम हम ऑफलाइन ही ले रहे हैं, ठीक है। तो इंटरनल एग्जाम तो आपके होने ही है। सो अकॉर्डिंगली यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर फॉर ईच एंड एवरी सब्जेक्ट, ओके।
यस मैम।
So we'll meet next time again. Till then, goodbye. Have a nice day. Stay home. Stay safe. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.